Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Week by Week podcast. I'm your host, Gio, and this past Sunday we have went through something. Dang, many people laughed, many people cried, and that has to be the Super Bowl commercials. They were very emotional. So it was the only thing that was happening on Sunday. I mean, am I right? But anyway, let's introduce the people that are joining me today. We have with us the village idiot, Derek. Derek, how you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
Cool, no one cares. Next up, we have the Colombian drug lord, and if he doesn't like me calling him that, well, give me something else to call him. Diego. How you doing? Diego? Did he... Did he die? Did my man die?
I think he just doesn't like us.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, he'll probably fix this problem. But as you can also tell, we have us with here the man you'll learn to love to hate, Dean. How are you doing today?
Suck a dick.
No, thank you. But anyway, like I said, the only real thing that happened on Sunday was the commercials. I mean, I don't think of anything else that's notable. So, Dean, what was your favorite? What was your favorite commercial from the Super Bowl?
Oh, come on. Is that even a question? Come on.
Not everyone knows.
Of course, it's the Eli Odell.
Odell's officially gay.
Derek, what'd you say?
I said Odell is gay.
Is there a problem with that, Derek? Are you homophobic, Derek?
Fuck, I don't have a problem with that. Shut the fuck up. I'm homophobic. I'm just saying he's gay.
Who is
Whose
fiddling with
mic
their
is
mic?
fucked?
I said my
Diego,
phone.
why are your mic fucked?
There. It ain't me.
I know, but fuck you.
Oh, this is going amazing. All right, let's stay on track. Diego, go. As we all know, the only thing that important that happened on Sunday was the Super Bowl commercials. So, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? Dean already said the Giants. What was your favorite?
Tide commercial was hilarious.
The Tide commercial. That was a decent commercial. I personally, I know it's technically not a commercial; it's a trailer. But it's the Avengers Infinity War trailer because, I can't wait for that movie.
You can fuck yourself.
Why?
That's not a commercial.
I know.
That's an act.
No, the Doritos commercial was cool too. I like the Doritos commercial because it has Morgan Freeman. that was good. All right, Derek, what was your favorite commercial?
Oh, the Giants.
Mhm. But there was one very underrated commercial. So it was the commercial that kept playing that showed the New England Patriots Super Bowl rings. And the reason why that's funny is because I think it's time we address the elephant in the room, or the eagle in the room for this case. The Eagles did beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Now, no one say anything. And by no one, I mean...
Fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Derek. Just be quiet.
Derek, piss off.
Great.
But anyway, let's get everyone's thoughts on it. Diego, overall, what did you think of the game?
Start with Dean. I like hearing his opinions.
Okay.
I find that racist.
All right, Dean, what was your opinion on the game? What did you think of it?
I thought it was a decent game. Probably the worst defensive Super Bowl of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That was a high-scoring game.
Yeah, didn't really see that coming, but Super Bowls are very unpredictable like that, so you can't really predict shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Super Bowl. It was entertaining at least.
Mm-hmm. Diego, go. What do you think of it now that you hear Dean's opinion?
No, I thought it was a great Super Bowl. Kept me on my feet. Went on to the last play.
Yeah, it was very close. I swear, when Brady got the one-up on him for the first time, I heard everyone in Philadelphia's ass cheeks just clench.
I strongly believe if Brady ever got sacked, I think he would have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a strong believer of that.
Mm-hmm. But now, the moment we've all been dreading. Derek, what did you think of the Super Bowl?
I love it. It was amazing.
I love it.
No, in reality, it was a great Super Bowl offensive. But defensive, it was I don't want to talk about that. Besides the best play I've seen by the Eagles this year, Brandon Graham with the sack.
Oh my God, that was not the best. Shut up.
by the Eagles defense, I have to say that's the best play.
It was the only play of the Super Bowl defensively. There was no other the defense wasn't even on the field.
I will say this. Nick Foles looked pretty good. I'll admit,
He did. He
Nick
did
Foles
look good.
good. He had some throws that I was just like, dude, that's some high school shit. But some of his throws are fucking disgusting. They were just on point. He was like cool, calm, and collected. I'll give him it. But he's still
He was composed.
I don't
Now,
want him to go. I don't want him to go.
yeah. Now this is a big thing we need to talk about. We were talking about in the last podcast.
which I
Hey, everyone settle down. We were talking about in the last podcast how Nick Foles should be traded after the Super Bowl. Now this kid comes in saying, "Oh, I don't want him gone." Derek, why do you think they shouldn't trade Nick Foles?
Because as of right now, even though Carson Wentz is still, he tore his ACL, of course, and he's projected to be out 11 to 12 months. It's probably going to be less than that. But I would rather have Nick Foles playing maybe like the first game of the regular season, because I don't know if Wentz is going to be healthy.
can see that.
You can't have that.
Why not, Dean?
No, you can't have that, but
Because if Foles plays good, then Wentz is going to be sitting on the bench for an entire year, and you can't have your future sitting on the bench for an entire year.
it's hard. It's very hard.
It's
Dean,
not hard. You trade him, and you're probably going to get a first-round pick for him.
100%.
It's not hard at all.
And he's raised so much in value after the
How
Super
did
Bowl.
Carson Wentz do?
What'd you say?
How much did he? How good did Carson Wentz do in 2016? I forget.
2016, it was his first. It was his rookie year. He did mediocre.
Yeah, and then this year he went off.
Yeah.
Doesn't want MVP.
Dean, if you were in the Eagles' position and you just got the Super Bowl win, you have Nick Foles, what do? Where do you go?
I look at the market because there's obviously going to be a big market for him now. I mean, there's a lot of teams in the NFL that could need a quarterback. The Jets, Denver, Arizona. That's just to name a few. And they're gonna. One team is going to give up a first-round pick for him because he played very well this season. So the Eagles can easily get a first-round pick, or maybe even more. You never know for him, and I think that'll benefit them.
Derek, obviously you're the Eagles fan, so what do you think they should do in this sense?
Well, after listening to what Dean said, he's right 100%. We could get a first-round pick, or maybe even better than that. So.
Diego, in your limited football knowledge, what would you do with Nick Foles?
Remember, he's still Nick Foles. Let's see. Yeah, I would just ride on the hype because he did win. He did win the Super Bowl. He did hold the Lombardi Trophy, which still irks me to this day.
You have nightmares about it?
I would rape a team for a pick and then end the story.
I see that. I see that. I do agree that he does need to get traded. As much as he did do a lot for them this year, it's too much value to turn away. It's too much value.
And remember, Nick Foles is. I know Derek is going to get angry, but hate to tell you, buddy, he's not that good of a quarterback.
He's not that good of a quarterback.
He had an out of experience Super Bowl. He had the game of his life. He's never going to do that again. So you should trade him while his value is skyrocket right now, because he hasn't done this in his career to this point. He's had many injuries, so he's still injury prone. He is getting up there in age. So, I mean, you trade him right now because you can't keep him. You just can't. It won't work.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Now, the thing is, everyone, and I think almost everyone that's at least a New England fan, thought that the Patriots would have won. It seemed like a pretty good game that the Patriots come out on top. But obviously there were some missteps. Diego, what do you think were some of the missteps of the Patriots that they could have done better to win this Super Bowl?
True believer. If Brandon Cooks wasn't out at what
He
time,
got knocked the fuck out.
I think it would have been different because he's a top 10 wide receiver and he could have made a difference. Even though Brady was throwing a Gronk, I think Brandon Cooks usually makes that one big play, and I feel like that one big play could have helped.
Okay, you're a firm believer in the Cooks. Yeah. All right, Dean, what do you think New England could have done differently?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, Brandon Cooks is obviously a huge loss, but that game's on Matt Patricia, the Patriots defensive coordinator. He made absolutely zero zero transitions at halftime. The Eagles stomped over the defense. I mean, if I told you before the game that Brady's going to throw for 500 yards and 3 touchdowns, you would have said the Pats got the win easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it obviously, it was definitely on the defensive side of the ball that they screwed up. And that's on the defensive coordinator. I mean, you got to make adjustments throughout the game. You got to make plays. You got to motivate your defense to come out there and make stops, and they didn't.
Yeah, there was definitely a lack of defense. I mean, what was the score? Like 40 something, like 38?
41-33.
41-33. Like that's a mad score. Like that's a mad high score. Right?
And Gio, for your information, this Super Bowl broke the NFL record for most yards in a NFL game.
Because the defense just didn't show up. It's that simple.
In the Super Bowl. And I have to say something.
Okay.
It was Patricia's fault about the defense, of course, but I also have to put some of the blame on Bill Belichick for benching Malcolm Butler.
I don't blame him at all.
Why don't you blame him, Dean?
Because Belichick has done this throughout his career.
Yeah.
He's non-disciplined. He's a very disciplinary coach.
Mhm.
You fuck up, he's gonna sit you. It doesn't matter.
Well-
Obviously, if it's the biggest game of the entire year, he doesn't care.
Well, I think that's good to have a disciplined coach. Or otherwise, you get players like Odell Beckham who think they could do whatever the hell they want.
Piss on
Exactly.
NFL.
Now, obviously, none of us know exactly what Malcolm Butler did or didn't do, for that matter. So, I mean, we can't say why he was benched yet because we don't know.
Mhm.
But I don't blame Belichick for that because that's just the way he is. Patriots fans know that. That's that.
Mhm. And I think now in the middle of this podcast, I think we should take a moment of silence for Philadelphia as it's getting destroyed over time. Moment of silence.
Gio, I'm sorry well, you're gonna be happy.
My man, well, I gave the city a moment of silence and you just pissed on it. You know,
No,
Eagles
Gio,
fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a moment of silence because me and Dad are going to Philly Thursday for the parade.
I think you should go in a Patriots jersey.
I fucking shocked.
Bro, imagine that, going to the Philadelphia Super Bowl parade in a Patriots jersey.
See motherfuckers do it, I guarantee it.
All right. Well, back on topic here, Derek. Obviously, we just talked about what the Patriots could have done better. What could the Eagles do in order to make the game go a bit smoother and not so close? Do you think the Eagles could have done something differently to make it go even better?
Defense.
Defense. Same
Defense.
side?
Same thing. Because if Jim Schwartz runs a certain blitz defense and even the New England Patriots O-line just showed up until the end of the game and that wasn't even their fault. Like with Ronald Darby, like my opinion, Ronald Darby is one of the worst corners on the Eagles because he can't guard anyone. He couldn't guard Brandon Cooks. He got lucky for him getting knocked out of the game. And Jim Schwartz put Ronald Darby, 6'2" Ronald Darby, on 6'7", 6'8" Gronk. Like, you can't do that.
Well, Derek, you have to look at it this way: that your defense did do a pretty good job, especially in the first half, because you kept delaying the time, cutting down the time Brady had before he had to throw. I mean, that's something I noticed at least during the Super Bowl, is that the more time you gave Brady, the more he was getting those throws. The first half, you guys gave him barely any time to do anything.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Right. So now the question is, what is the future for both of these teams? Where do they go going forward? Obviously, we discussed the Eagles. They're going to be going with Nick Foles, hopefully trading him to get something better. But what about the Patriots? I mean, they've only lost to 2 teams ever in the Super Bowl. And my dad was talking about last week in this podcast that maybe if Brady lost, it's the end of his time. Do you guys believe that? I think now with this loss that it's an end of an era for Brady? Like he's not.
That man has 3-4 years left on him. Yeah.
You think
He
so,
hasn't-
Diego?
I agree. And
I think he has arguably more.
More.
Really?
You don't think
Gio,
that's slowing
Gio.
him down?
Gio, you just don't throw for 500 yards in a game and say, you know what? I'm not feeling it anymore.
That's a very very good point. I just wanted to get your opinions. Like, what do you guys think that the Patriots are going to be doing for this upcoming season? Think they're going to be changing anything around defensively, like get that defense sorted out? Because this game just didn't show up.
Well, before like a couple hours ago, their offensive coordinator was supposed to go to the Indianapolis Colts, but what happened was
He dicked them.
Yeah, pretty much. He said, "Go fuck yourself. I'm staying with this team."
Okay, Dean, you seem to know about this because you said you wanted to talk about the Colts. Explain this situation, because I'm in the dark here.
On the Patriots, obviously the defense is going to change because their defensive coordinator is now the head coach of the Lions.
Mhm.
So that's going to be obviously a different change, and I think Belichick will do a better job with that. But I think Belichick maybe has 1 or 2 more years left, max. I think Brady will outlast Belichick without a doubt.
You think? Oh,
I do.
Wait. Matt Patricia, the head coach of the Colts? I mean, Lions.
Yes. Matt Patricia is now the head coach of the Lions. And what Derek was saying, McDaniels about 7-8 hours ago signed and agreed with the Colts to become the next head coach.
Okay.
And Robert Kraft called up McDaniels and said, "We want you to stay. We'll sweeten the deal." And he went back to the Patriots.
Can you do that?
So,
but he signed a contract.
Obviously, you could do that. He did a verbal agreement, but obviously he went away from that. See, now there's a few theories on why he did that. Now, obviously, one of them is, the Patriots gave him more money, and they probably most likely promised him the head coaching job after Belichick retires.
You think he's gonna be a head coach?
100%, because nobody else is hiring him now after that. So, or another thing that could have happened is he saw an MRI of Andrew Luck's shoulder and said, "Well, fuck that."
Yeah.
Either way, he definitely didn't hand that professionally.
Yeah, you think he could have done it differently to where he would have still been able to stay with the Patriots, or do you think this was the only way he could have gone back?
No. I think he could have told the Colts to hold it off a bit because obviously he was still in talks with the Patriots. I mean, doing that to a fan base is just not right. I mean, my one of my suite mates is a huge Colts fan, and obviously, like he should be, he was hyped about the McDaniels signing because he's a great offensive mind. And after he heard about that, he went into a deep sleep, and he's still not awake. So I mean, you know what? I feel bad for a lot of Colts fans out there. I really do. That's not professional at all.
Yeah, honestly, the NFL, a lot of things just aren't professional. Diego, what do you think of this situation? Do you think
British shit. And you make a verbal agreement to commit to a team, like they want to give you money, they want to give you a high position. You say no, like that's not fake.
Yeah, it's kind of scummy. I mean, now, I guess with the Super Bowl coming to a close, that means this season of football.
Gio, I have a question.
Oh, what's your question? I try to transition to the next topic, and
I have a question for Dean and Diego.
Wow.
And if you guys listened at the end of the Super Bowl, Gronk had a press conference.
He's not retiring.
He's not retiring.
No, it's not even that. How many years do you think he has left in him?
As many as he wants.
Yeah,
Gronk
He's the best. He's the best tight end in the game, Derek.
he's God tier. He's God tier.
The man's a beast. What is he? 27? He's got years left. So.
Oh, he's got plenty of years if he's only 27. Plenty of years.
Even if he gets injured again?
Not even that.
No, if he gets injured again, that's a different story. But I mean,
he's got
it pending injury. He's got years left on him if he wants.
Yep.
Years.
Okay.
Right.
So obviously, like I said, Super Bowl ending, NFL season finally came to a close. Now, I think it's a good time to look back and do an overview of this past season. Diego, do you have like a memorable moment that meant from this season of football? Anything that stands out in your mind?
Oh, of course I do.
All right.
I was playing a travel game in baseball, right?
Mhm.
And I was up at bat, and I don't remember what I did. I went back to the bench, right? And I hear Aaron Rodgers is down. Oh, and you're kidding me, right? And the day Aaron Rodgers died. So yeah, that was a memorable moment for me.
Wait, what happened the day Aaron Rodgers died?
I forgot what was his injury, Dean? I forget.
Broken
He broke his collarbone.
Collarbone. I saw broken collarbone. I was like, my season's over.
In fantasy, at least, yeah. Yeah, there was so many injuries. Derek, besides the Super Bowl, was there like what was your memorable moment for this year? What stands out?
having a shitty fantasy season.
But that's every year.
But yeah, that's the same thing every year. But in,
Alright.
in the NFL, what was a very high moment or low moment in Diego's sense?
Oh, when Carson Wentz got injured, I almost wanted to commit
That
suicide.
was the best day. What are you talking about? I thought there was parties going on.
Genuinely was contemplating suicidal thoughts, but
Derek, you can't say that over.
Derek. All right.
Oh my God, Dean, what do you have as a memorable moment for this
Well,
year?
I just want to put this out there. This was the worst period football season in
Oh.
my entire life.
You think?
This was just very bad from the teams to the games to everything. This was just a pathetic year.
Why do you say that? What were some of the lower points?
oh no.
Well, I mean, this is not the political thing, but you know, the kneeing
That was
of the
horrible.
national anthem that
That was perfect.
killed the sport.
A lot of people
Um,
don't like their sports being politicized
Exactly. We turn on the sports games to root for our team
for an
and,
escape and to get
and
away
yeah,
from the
and for
politics.
entertainment. So we don't want to see that in the game, especially when all these guys are making money and they're sitting down, but kneeling down for bullshit. But besides the point, this was the worst football season at least I've ever seen.
And you've seen a lot of seasons.
But the best or worst moment of this year, at least for me, was, don't get me wrong, I hate the Eagles, and I will always hate them. I did root for them a little bit in my heart because my cousin is an Eagle fan, and they were due. They were due. But the best moment this season, for me at least, is the Cowboys not making the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
You think Eagles
Amen.
fans and Giants fans can come together and just agree on that point? Fuck
Yes.
yeah.
Dallas, I hate them with a burning passion, and I always will.
No offense to any Dallas fans that might be listening. We
No,
have no
no,
hatred.
offense to Dallas fans. Offense to Dallas fans.
Wow, what an ass! And you give us shit for giving the Eagles shit. You are some hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. Yeah, this was a very interesting year. Definitely, there was a lot of injuries. There was a lot of injuries.
Yeah, this league. I mean, the big name injuries you got, just for starters, with Diego Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Wentz.
Then just the quarterbacks alone. You got Rodgers, Wentz, Deshaun Watson. Those are huge names.
Yeah.
Deshaun
That-
Watson having a great year as a rookie.
Yeah, those were huge names that went down. Two of them, which were MVP candidates, Deshaun Watson and Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah.
and then you got other positions like Odell, who revived the sport a few years ago.
Mhm.
You got in my opinion, the number one running back in the NFL, David Johnson, goes down in the first week. You got major injuries like Shazier, who like is life threatening. It was a bad year in football.
Yeah, you think looking into the future for next year, I think you can only get up from here. You think the injuries are gonna like increase, or you think they might stay stagnant? And do you think players might end up geting like more careful?
Injuries are going to stay stagnant or increase. That's just the way it is because of today's mindset. All the players want to get stronger and stronger and stronger, and they're straining their muscles and ligaments, and that's what happens.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
telling you this right now. If you look at all the NFL players who got injured this year and who are out for the seasons, that could make a whole fucking Pro Bowl team.
You think?
They can, and it would have.
That's actually crazy. There was a lot of injuries. But looking into the future, now like without anything like knowing who drafted who or any like between season like in like talks based on what we've been hearing right now. What do you guys think are some teams or some specific players that we need to look out for the future in the future? Let's start with Diego. Diego, who do you think we should be looking out for next
What
year?
do you mean looking at? Oh, like rookies?
Uh, Not so well. You could be rookies, but I'm talking about like teams. What teams do you think are going to be more dangerous next year?
Definitely the Cardinals, but they need a quarterback because with David Johnson back, that'd be a killer team, honestly. Giants, they'll go back. Maybe Eli gets back on track. That's another story. Um, Texans have a nice chance. I like the Texans.
Derek, what do you think? What are some teams or some individual players you think that are going to become more dangerous in this upcoming year?
The number one team that I believe is going to be the most dangerous team is the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo is a good starting quarterback for the 49ers, and he'll fit into the system. And all they need this year is just a corner on their defense, and then their couple corners fix up their D line, and they're gonna be like improving every single year.
All right, Dean, what are some teams for you that you think we should like look out for?
I got 3 teams in mind that I think are going to be quite considerably good next year.
All right, and explain.
I'm going to agree with Diego on the Texans. Deshaun Watson comes back healthy. That offense is insane with him and DeAndre Hopkins. And their defense is already top 5. So I think with Deshaun Watson, if he comes back healthy, that'll be a scary team. I would definitely say, depending on who they get as quarterback, definitely Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Denver's got a top 3 defense in the league, and they're not going anywhere. So if they get a
Denver's defense, I love them.
And they have the number, don't quote me on it, it's either 5 or 6 pick in the draft. So they can go quarterback, or there's a lot of quarterbacks on the market that they can sign. I think a quarterback will immensely help them because they still have a good offense. They just need a quarterback. And I'm going to stay in the AFC for my last third team. Now, I'll take the hate on this one, but the New York Jets.
Really?
Forgot about that.
I think with a quarterback, because they're either going to go after a few, they're going to maybe go after Kirk Cousins, maybe Teddy Bridgewater. They have this what is it, 6th or 7th overall pick, so they're looking at there too.
And they have $2 million in cap.
They have a good young defense, and like Derek said, they have a lot of cap space. I would look for the Jets this year.
All right. Well, one team that I at least think they proved themselves this year that I think they might only improve next year is the Jaguars.
I knew you were gonna say Jaguars. Fuck you.
What? Dave? I didn't think they would make it that far into the playoffs.
I think they're going to stay the same or get worse.
Yeah.
Really?
Because their quarterback is good enough for them to not look, but bad enough for them to not go anywhere.
Okay, so you think for them to get better, they're going to need to get a better quarterback?
Yes, it's a trend. All teams that you see as on the cusp, they all need one thing, and that's a quarterback.
And a defense.
Defense is given. I mean, yes, all the teams we've named have good defenses, but these teams that are on the cusp, Denver, Houston, the Jaguars, the Jets, the Cardinals, they all need quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say one player to look out for. My man, David Johnson. He gonna be ripping some people up next year. You hear me?
No, we need to have a real talk with whoever's listening right now. Listen, we have a fantasy league that we do every year, and this man Dean, I think he always picks up David Johnson. I'm pretty sure he basically picks him up almost every year.
Well, he only picked him up last year.
2 years. 2 years in a row. Well, he's been in the league 2 years. So.
He got him 2 years in a row, and didn't he get injured both years?
No.
No.
Then who was the guy that got injured the first time?
Look. He's been in the league 3 years. The first year he only played the last few weeks. I saw something in him, luckily, and the next year I drafted him, and he was an absolute animal. And then he broke his hand this year.
I think he's gonna get injured again.
But hear me out. He is going to be an animal.
You say this every
Number-
year, Dean. You say
Number
this
one
every...
running back in the league. Mark my words.
Dean,
the guy-
you are cursed when it comes to fantasy players.
Mark
No, no.
my words.
You think he's gonna be a
Gio.
number one running back?
Gio.
Number one running back in the league.
I hear some rebuttal from Derek. Derek, what?
No, I'm just saying. I think the curse has been passed on to Diego because if you looked at
Let me explain my fantasy team to everyone. Okay, ready? Actually, let me go on the app, shall we?
This is live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god!
Okay, give me-
I just can't.
And Derek, it has not been passed on. I still suffered many injuries.
Many. How many injuries do you have this year, Dean?
This year 3, but one of them was my number 1 overall pick. So you can all suck my dick.
Dude, you were so happy when we were drafting. I was at your house. You had everything set up. You were so happy with the draft, and then you.
Okay. Okay, listen.
And I'll be happy again next year when I get him.
All right, this is what happened today. I drafted Aaron Rodgers. He died. Leonard Fournette. He died for a good part of the season. Dalvin Cook, one of the most promising rookies on the Vikings. He died. Let's see. Laney Walker had a subpar year. Odell Beckham Jr. He died. LeGarrette Blount did decent throughout the season. Deshaun Watson. He died. So yeah, that's my season.
Wow, dude, you had so many injuries. My God, that's crazy. But yeah, so we talked about moving forward with these teams, where they're gonna go, each team that we need to look out for. Now let's talk about some fantasy. See, I think Dean already knows who he's gonna say, but what players you think are gonna be some up and coming newcomers in fantasy for at least a PPR league that are gonna score some massive points?
Whatever team he goes to, look for him. His name is Saquon Barkley.
Amen.
Whatever team he goes to, whether it be Cleveland, whether it be the Giants, or whether it be the Colts, hear for his name. He's gonna be something.
Okay.
I agree 100% with you.
All right. Do you have another player in mind, Derek?
Sorry, Derek's mentally retarded.
Yes, he is. Diego, do
Come
you have
back,
any?
no, Gio, come back.
Yeah, we know.
I think if the Jets go far, I think Robert Anderson could be.
He's in jail, bro.
Fuck. Oh shit. But I'm saying he's healthy, not in jail. I think he's a pretty solid player.
If he's healthy,
I
not
gotta-
in jail.
I got one more for everybody out there.
All right.
He's currently a free agent at the moment, and I prayed that the Giants would sign him, even though they won't. His name, and look for him next year, because he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver.
Okay.
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
Josh.
Josh Gordon.
Not going
The guy
again.
The guy has all of the talent in the world. He stays healthy. He doesn't get suspended. He's going to have one hell of a year.
No QB.
He's a free agent, dickhead.
All right. Derek, you said to come back to you. We've come back to you. What other player you think should we look out for?
Well, of course, this is him every single year. Le'Veon Bell.
That's not a new player,
That's
you
not,
dick.
Is this man an idiot? Yeah, no shit, Le'Veon Bell, Derek. It's Le'Veon Bell. God.
All right.
All right. Well, I think.
No, never mind. Never, Gio. I might just be hopping on the Eagles train.
Oh, you
but
are.
I
Don't say
I
it.
have to say Nelson Aguilar.
I knew you were say Nelson Aguilar. I knew you was going to say also. I knew you was say Nelson Aguilar.
Well, I guess
Whatever.
Okay, I like Gio. If you don't mind,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind, Gio, I would like to bring up a segment.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I want to go with every person and say which team is going to be most improved and which team is going to be least improved, or like go down.
That's a shout. That's a shout of an idea. I like that.
Fuck.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with Derek.
Oh, I'm not even fucking ready. Let me think.
Oh my God, I always make a mistake. Diego, start with you.
Well, I want to say most improved. I'm still on the Texans hype with Deshaun. and Hopkins and whoever the other wide receiver is. They're solid defense. I think they're on the come up. Down. I could go with Jags because like their quarterback is fucking atrocious, but they still have a solid running game, so it's hard. Um, Come back to me on the losing one.
Oh, all right, Dean. Who do
Yeah,
you think's on
I
the
got
up and up? No, fuck you, Derek. Dean, who do you? Dean, who do you think? Who do you think is gonna be most?
Who do I think is on the up and up? I think everything goes well this offseason for them. I think the most improved team is going to be the Arizona Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
Because my boy David Johnson.
Oh.
No, but be on the real. They have a very good defense. If David Johnson's healthy, obviously he's a game changer. He's going to get you 3-4 wins just by himself.
Hey, Carson Palmer retired. So.
And yeah, if they get a good quarterback, I'd watch out for Arizona.
Mm-hmm. And
But on the low and low, that's tough because there's a lot of teams that
Cleveland.
are very good.
No, Cleveland can only get better.
Cleveland can't get any lower.
Cleveland can only get better.
So, you were talking about this. They should draft like 3 QBs in the draft.
Yeah, they should honestly draft. They have the number 1 pick in the draft, and they have the number 4. I would just draft 2 QBs. You can't go wrong. But I think the team that's going to go down, I think tremendously in next year. It's tough, but I'm going to go Kansas City.
You think Kansas City?
That's a good.
I think they lost Alex Smith. That's a pretty big blow, considering he is a quality quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's other quarterbacks that I've mentioned in this episode, earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You can go after Kirk. You can go after Bridge. There's plenty of quarterbacks.
Patrick Mahomes, but I think they might start him in the beginning.
They may just go with Mahomes. That's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. But I think Kareem Hunt had I don't think he's gonna pan out. I really don't.
You think he's Luke next year?
I think he's gonna be mediocre at best.
Yeah, I don't think he's Luke. I think he's mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, you still have Tyreek Hill. You can't beat speed. You can't. And you got Travis Kelce. You got the second best tight end in the game. So I mean, you can't go wrong there. But once again, you don't know the quarterback. In my opinion, I don't think the running backs gonna be that good. And on top of that, they seem to choke in the biggest times. and I don't see that changing.
Okay. You don't see an improvement there. All right. I like it. All right, Derek. Finally, back to you because you're an idiot. Who do you think is on the up and up to start off with?
I have two. I have 2 improved and I have 1 decline. The first one, I'm gonna say the 49ers because I think that they're not gonna be like a playoff team, but they're gonna like improve to like maybe like a 6 or 7 win team. And I hate to say this. I hate to say it so much, but I'm so scared for next year is the Giants.
Really?
How you doing?
Why?
I'm scared as hell because I have a feeling next year Eli Manning and Odell Beckham are going to communicate just like the way they did
in the commercial.
Super Bowl commercial, yeah.
In the Super Bowl, yeah, we'll say in the Super Bowl commercial.
I just want to point out, not to interrupt with Derek, because I actually enjoy him hearing boast about the Giants, but I have never in my entire life, and I never will again, see Eli Manning move his hips that well.
He's so.
It was actually painful watching him dance.
He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever live, but that man is so.
Legitimately, he tried, and it still looked pathetic.
How do you do that? How do you?
The man never had good feet.
There's a reason he stays in the pocket.
Exactly, but sorry to interrupt you, Derek. Continue.
All right, and plus the Giants just added a new GM, and maybe the offensive line will be able to hold itself up without Eric Flowers, and so I believe that
His podcast. I'll be here.
The NFC East next year is gonna be between the Eagles, The Redskins, I'm a little scared about. Alex Smith, not that scared about though. And the Giants.
All right. Who do you think is going to go down?
I think that, honestly, I hate to say this, but I think the Jaguars aren't going to make the playoffs this year.
Okay. All right, Diego. You said to come back to you on the down and down. Who do you think is heading down?
I said the Jaguars. I agree.
Okay. All right. Now, I think to wrap up this football section, I think we need to have an intervention with the Browns because they did not win a single goddamn game this year.
Hey! Listen, last year they won by a field goal. Okay.
They're not improving. I want to go by each
Bro, that was
person
a Christmas
and
miracle.
each of them give like a tip. So like the Browns like coach or GM or whoever the fuck. Dean, let's start with you. What do you think the Browns should do? Because they need some massive help.
Everything.
Oh boy. Well, they once again it starts with quarterbacks. But
They have a new one every
if you're
year.
But if you're a Browns fan, you already know they're gonna choose the wrong guy, or they're gonna pass up on the correct one.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm the Browns, let's start it off. If I'm Browns fans, I immediately switch teams.
Yeah.
If I am the Browns organization, I just completely disenfranchise the team. Because let's be real here. They have the number 1 pick in the draft and they have the number 4 pick in the draft. You just know they're gonna screw it up. There's no way around it. They're gonna do it.
You think
So,
there's
I mean,
no saving them? You think there's no saving
There's
them?
no saving them. Even if they draft a QB every pick, they're still not going to find the one that's going to work for them.
No, because they don't give anyone time to develop. They have a new quarterback every fucking year.
It doesn't even matter. Gio, it's not even about the time to develop. You can see if a kid has potential or not. Kaiser, the kid's got shit. They just always choose the wrong one. Gio, let me give you a fact on this.
All right.
They have some of the quarterbacks they've passed up is unholy.
Passed up Aaron Rodgers.
They passed up Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my.
They passed up Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah.
They passed up who was the other one? There's another big name they passed up.
I forgot. I couldn't remember.
I think it's like shit. Whatever. They passed up on many big quarterbacks, and they're always wrong. Always. The only thing that will help the Cleveland Browns is if they move down into the Canadian Football League.
Wait, Canada
And
has a
then-
football league?
Yes, they do. It's called the CFL.
Really?
And maybe, just maybe, they can win a game there.
Okay, Diego, please provide some optimism here. Do you think the Browns could do anything?
There's no optimism. I think Dean said it. I think if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you should switch teams. Go to a Knicks, you know?
Oh my god. Derek, optimism somewhere?
I think that they should relocate.
No!
What was that?
Fuck! Porzingis tore his ACL.
Did he really?
Dean,
Oh, he left.
He left the middle.
Dude, this is not showing up for. He's done.
No, he's not coming back. He's gonna go kill himself.
guys, I'm sorry to hear this, but Dean will never be on this show.
Yes, we're here. This show is now dedicated to Dean and Porzingis. You guys don't know, Dean's a massive New York everything fan, so he's a Knicks fan, and we lost a good soul today.
Thing is, this is Kristaps Porzingis we're talking about. This is the guy that's supposed to be the future of the whole franchise, and he just.
I apologize.
Oh, you're back. No, Dean, please go into depth. We were just talking about you and you as a Knicks fan. Man, I think we addressed it. I think we know everything that needs to be said about the Browns. They're fucked. But let's talk about you right now, D, because this seems very relevant.
Motherfucker.
The Knicks. I really want to get your opinion on the Knicks.
Fuck Knicks.
I need to see what.
He dunked the ball, and he came down on his leg, and he went right down holding his knee. And I was hoping it was just like a fuck. It's just the
This is the basic franchise, right? Yeah.
it's one good player we can't have. Come on. It's like seriously.
Well, the Heat are doing good.
Derek, you have not seen a single Heat game the entire last year.
I can't. Oh, yes, I did.
I swear to God, if we ever draft another European player, I'm blowing up the Knicks.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Like, I am.
Dina, you dumbfounded.
You know what? My prediction's starting to come right, and it's sad.
What was your prediction?
I'm never gonna see a Knicks championship in my lifetime.
Never.
You know what? It's gonna be like 10 years before I even see them make the playoffs.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
It's gonna be the next Cleveland Browns.
I'm
Like-
sorry.
like,
This
it's
is
just-
hysterical.
It's
Dean, you need to be
Hey.
hopeful. You need to be optimistic.
Hey.
optimistic, my ass.
All right, Diego.
You want to know everything wrong with the Knicks? I'll tell you everything wrong with the Knicks. We have too many damn white guys.
That ass. Now, there's
Okay.
only
Three quarters of our team is white. We have 2 European top 10 draft picks who suck.
You're saying Kristaps sucks.
Well, he's not doing any good now, is he, Derek?
Okay.
He's gonna have surgery.
Frank Ntilikina sucks balls. All right? Fuck me.
Hey, Dean, tell me a strong recovery.
We drafted a French blackman. Like, are you kidding me? It's like KSI going up against Floyd Mayweather.
yeah.
Oh, he's
Like,
gonna
come
be.
on.
He might be going up against someone, but that's for the fucking Saturday show. But that's besides
God
the.
damn it.
Oh God. Oh, my heart can't handle this.
Kristaps doing a separate torn ACL Tuesday versus Bucks. That's
And
nice.
I think we need to place a disclaimer here. We're not trying to. This isn't racism or anything. Saying there's too many white people. This is just factual statements that white guys don't do that well in basketball. These are factual statements. This isn't racism or anything. These are facts.
It's unbelievable. We get one good player, young, good player, and you fucking tear his ACL.
Well, Dean, going into the MRIs at this, guys, I'm okay. Coming out, torn ACL.
For fuck's sake!
Dean. All right. Look, you need to calm down. You'll see it. You will see the Knicks make it to the playoffs one day.
Yeah, 10 to 15 years.
That's a jail sentence right there. Okay. All right.
Wait.
No. Change that.
Yeah, I was about to. All right. So I think one last thing that if you guys don't have anything about this, it's fine. We'll just end it here. But Diego, do you have anything to bring up with baseball? Any news? Anything going on that you want to debate about?
Not a debate, but I'll provide an update. I think this is the slowest off-season of agency I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Derek, the next time I come over your house, I'm gonna tear your ACL.
I thought we talk about baseball next time. All right, thank you everyone for watching.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
about.
look at the group chat. Look at the group chat.
I'm looking right now. You're an ass. You guys don't know. He just sent a picture of Porzingis on the ground. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So, any
Yo,
final?
look at the kid. No, I wasn't even.
That, you see that little kid with the glasses? That's
I
me.
was gonna say that.
That's me. There's no hope in his eyes. He's expecting, and he's wearing Porzingis' too.
All right. We need to wrap it up here. Anyway, thank you.
Look,
all.
and then you look at the girl to the right. Fuck's sake.
All right, we need to cut off Dean before he goes on to another rant. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this week's episode of the Weeks by Week podcast. We are on YouTube, SoundCloud, and we'll be on iTunes as soon as Derek sends me the goddamn information.
I did.
No, you didn't, you lazy fuck. Send it again. God.
And
That's
there.
smart.
Okay, wait, you have Derek help you with iTunes shit?
Shit, I
Do it
can't.
yourself?
I don't have anything for iPhones. I don't know how to create an Apple account. That's why I asked him to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will all talk to you guys later. Peace. Rest in peace, Knicks. Dean,
Rest in peace. They were never above the ground to begin with.
They started to resurrect from the dead, and then they just died again.